If you're dealing with storage complexity, hidden fees, or unpredictable infrastructure demands, this is the solution for you. Let's talk about how CloudSoda and Wasabi are transforming the way organizations handle modern data challenges, like dealing with explosive data growth or escalating cloud costs. Traditional storage models come with some serious baggage. Expensive deployments eat into budgets, and constant hardware refreshes drain time, money, and resources. Cloud-based workflows have their own challenges. Moving data to and from the cloud isn't always easy, and hidden fees, especially around egress, are all too common. The big question is, how do you fix it? That's where CloudSoda and Wasabi come in, a streamlined, modern approach to hybrid cloud data management. Setup is easy and fast. There are no hidden fees because Wasabi's pricing is simple and flat. You have no hardware refreshes in the cloud, and if you need to migrate to a new on-prem solution, you have a built-in migration path. You get seamless data movement and policy-based archival, and with global intelligence, you gain real visibility across your entire data landscape. This is smart, efficient, cloud-optimized data management. CloudSoda is the engine that drives visibility, automation, and control across all environments, from edge to core to cloud. It provides AI-powered data management, actionable analytics to eliminate waste and spotlight cold data, full data management across any storage, on-prem or cloud, integrated data protection, and lifecycle automation to manage and move data. This means consistent intelligence, automation, and governance wherever your data lives. Let me show you how it works. CloudSoda can provide global visibility across all of the storages in your environment. This means you can go in, search for, analyze, tag, and action off of your data. A very common use case is finding data that is stale in an environment. Let's say I define stale data as anything that hasn't been accessed in over 2 years. If I need to find those files, all I need to do is click the filter and search button, put in a date that is 2 years ago today as the last access date before field, and hit apply. From here I can see exactly where all of my files and folders are sitting, what extensions they have, who owns them, when they were last accessed, modified, and created. If I need to see the files themselves, all I need to do is click on the Files section, and from here I can see exactly where all these files sit, if they're duplicated or not, how much they're costing me monthly, who owns them, and if I need to action off of them, I can simply click and tell CloudSoda to add a tag, remove a tag, or move the file to a brand new location. This can be done on a bulk level as well. So I can select my entire current page and tell it, let's move to Wasabi and free up some space on my expensive on-prem storage. Now this is great as a one-time option, but let's say I want to automatically move old data off of my on-prem to my Wasabi archive. In that case, I'll jump over to CloudSoda's data orchestration module, and I'll choose to make a new policy. All I need to do is select my source, in this case my NFS export, select my target, my Wasabi bucket, and specify if I want to do a copy, a move, or a sync of this data. Since I'm wanting to archive the data off, I'm going to select a move. From here I can then select a rule that says I only want to move data that hasn't been accessed in over, let's say, 760 days. From here, I can jump over and I can preview the move before it actually happens. This preview shows exactly what would happen if I did hit the deploy button. In this case, I'd be moving 1 terabyte of data, about 16,000 files, and it would take about 2 hours to move the data up to Wasabi. It also shows me my storage cost forecast. Since on-prem, it's costing me $11 per month, but in Wasabi, it'd only be costing me $7, saving me a net of $4 each month. If this all looks good, then I can go ahead and set this on a schedule. This will determine how often the policy runs, whether it's on a calendar basis, daily, hourly, or weekly, or if it's based off of a cron expression. This way, as soon as data ages off, based off of the rules that we have set in place, it will automatically be moved from point A to point B. Let's say, though, that I've archived some data that I need to pull back down from Wasabi. In that case, all I need to do is make a one-time job or a quick transfer to pull that data back out. I can then select my Wasabi bucket and say I need to copy the data back on-prem. Everything is stored in native format, so if I have pushed it up, I can pull it back down the exact same way. I don't have to add any rules since I'm just trying to grab everything back down, and I can go ahead and do that same preview again. You can then see I have about 400 gigabytes up here, and if I needed to pull it out, it wouldn't actually cost me anything because Wasabi doesn't have any repatriation fees. In contrast, let's say we're trying to pull some data out of an AWS bucket. We can go back and do that same preview, and you'll be able to see that even though it's a very similar amount of data, if I wanted to pull it out, it would take much longer. I'd have significant retrieval and egress fees that I wasn't necessarily accounting for. Thank you so much for your time. If you're interested in increasing visibility, reducing complexity, lowering costs, and making your data strategy cloud smart, we'd love to connect.